Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures on what is a very warm morning. It's rather marvellous, in fact. Again, t-shirt weather, very much short, should be short. I've been inside the greenhouse and I had to kneel down, so I thought, well, put some trousers on. And well, I've been doing what really you shouldn't do. They advise you not to cut back your butternut squash plants, but it's just getting out of hand. It's producing more leaves rather than more squashes. I know it's getting late into the season, but I need all the energy now to go into the butternut squash we've got in order that they can now change colour and ripen so that we can actually use them and eat them, which is what the intended plant is for. So I've been busy in there. I've also been busy with the loofahs, but more on the loofahs in a minute. Welcome to the show. Thank you once again for all your comments. It's fantastic. And I do apologise for the last video if I was a little quiet. There were people around, which sounds funny, doesn't it, when you're on the allotment and filming. There's been lots of workmen around recently, and well, you may have heard them slightly in the background. Just felt a bit conscious for the first time ever of people around and about, but not today. I'm here all alone. So sit back, relax. Yes, I've got my gloves on. You have to, because these are very, very prickly. I hope you've got your cuppa. Once again, welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. We have some loofahs now. Unfortunately, these two have actually fallen off the plant. The idea with the loofah is that these remain on the plant for as long as you can get them on, and just let them leave there. Right, I mean, we're talking for the rest that are on into October. I've been going through the plants this morning, getting them as high as we can. They need to be up now off the floor. Some had fallen down, so I've got the rest on a frame. So fingers crossed they'll continue to grow. You want these really to turn, these have gone, obviously, they start off green, they're starting to go a bit yellow. If this had stayed on the vine, it would go brown, and that means, hopefully, that we've got the loofah inside. Now, until you cut these open, and I'm going to leave these to dry in the hope inside here, I've got a loofah mesh, which is the lovely framework of the loofah. They say the lighter they are, well, I've never grown loofah, so I don't know whether that's light or heavy. It's obviously full of water at the moment, so fingers crossed that inside here we have the lovely loofah itself. So I'm going to put that somewhere really nice. In fact, I'm going to pop it in my greenhouse and hopefully they'll dry naturally over the next few weeks. And once the skin's hardened, I can take it off and we peel it off. And hopefully inside. Now, interestingly about this is, if they've been well pollinated, fingers crossed they have, we're going to have black seeds inside. The white and the green ones are no good. We want black seeds in order that I can replant next year. And well, fingers crossed, I don't know. Obviously, you know, different sizes, but you can use loofahs for all sorts of things. You can chop them up into slices and use them for scourers, or you could just use it as a body wash. Someone suggested that you chop them into little parts, into little slices, stick them in a bowl, put some soap mixture into it, and then you have a really good soap loofah for quite a long time. It retains it. They have to be washed. The ones using the shower need to be washed every week, maybe in a mild solution of bleach, 1 to 10, they suggest. Or you can stick it in the washer, or even in the dishwasher, and dry them out. If you are using them, the loofahs, once you've got them into the loofah that we're not known, I can't wait actually to see them. You stand them upright so that all the water drains out of them. But they are feeling pretty light, so fingers crossed. We'll come back to these in a few weeks' time. Yeah, let's keep going, shall we? It's lovely here today on the allotment. As I say, and look, I've got a little, I hope that you might be able to see it, but I've got a gladioli coming. And we've had a few, but they've not gone mad, put it this way. But we've got, what has gone mad, as I've talked about before, the sunflowers. They're looking absolutely amazing. And I've just discovered as well that my blueberry has produced some fruits. They're very, very tiny. They've dried out, I think, because of the heat straight away. I'm going to re-water it now and see whether or not that encourages some more to come. But it's a good sign for next year that the blueberries can produce blueberries. It's hit and miss, but we'll have a go. Fingers crossed. Well, here I am next to my golden raspberry bush. Now, it's still producing lovely beautiful yellowy golden raspberries, and they're really tasty. In fact, I've just noticed actually, this one's dropped down. We've got some more on here, so I better get picking, and I better get some tape. I'll pop it there like that for now. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah, beautiful. I started growing it because my auntie Leslie has got one, and well, it's almost as big. You probably can't see it now as my beautiful lavender bush here, and it smells absolutely delicious. All right, Mr. B, I'm not going to touch it anymore. Don't you worry about that. Yep, full of bees as always. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, lovely raspberries here. Fantastic. Aren't I the lucky one, eh? So this is where I'm growing my outdoor tomatoes this year, and this is where we've got the tomato blight at the moment. And well, here's one of the tomatoes off. It's such a shame. It is, however, all right to eat the half of this that is not infected, believe it or not. So if we can get some of these to ripen, even half of them, then we'll get some lovely juicy tomatoes. We're fingers crossed that they're going to keep ripening. As I say, we've got the heat now. I need to get back in there and take some more leaves off some of the other ones, in order to hopefully that they'll ripen really, really quickly, and we get some beautiful, delicious tomatoes. Now, what do you do with these, and what do you do with the rest of the plants? Get them in a bag and get them off the allotment as fast, or wherever you're growing as quickly as you can, because it is an airborne disease. I thought I'd very quickly show you this, then I'll go and wash my hands before I touch anything else. Yes, you need to get into the bins away from here. If your council does incineration, that's where these need to go. I mean, obviously I could leave them in the bag and burn them here on the allotment, but I'd rather get them well away and in plastic bags. Get them sealed, double bag if you can, and just get rid of all the diseased plants from the surrounding area. As I said, I'm slowly digging over, slowly getting my potatoes out, although some of them can stay in. Just need to top all the others, which I did the other day, and well, fingers crossed we can get rid of this. I do know there's one or two people up and down the country that are suffering the same way. Not fair. Once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. I hope you've enjoyed a little look at, well, our lovely, lovely loofahs. It's just a shame those two dropped off the vine. As I said, the rest will be there right through to October, and we can put the door back on to protect them from frosts. So hopefully they'll ripen and they'll go a little hard, because that's what we want them to dry out naturally. And fingers crossed, the two I've got in my greenhouse now drying away will dry out nicely over the next few weeks. I have to be very careful though. I need to keep an eye on them because we don't want them to rot. They need to dry out. On a day like today, it'd be great to have them outdoors actually, but if I forget about them and it rains again, then back to square one, aren't we? So I think inside there, and will be the right place to do it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments. It's great to have you all on board, and I'll see you next time here on Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures, with hopefully more things about what you're growing, because I've had a few comments in and a few photographs, so I think I will do a little compilation of all those for next week in next week's show. The things you're doing. So there's plenty of time, send them in, and it's great to see everything that you're all growing. Ta-ra.